A conversation we have with entrepreneurs early in the money-raising process is what is going to be the whole cost of the money-raising process? The answer to that, like the answer to a lot of other questions, is it depends. But there are some general guidelines. The first consideration is the business plan. Does the entrepreneur's company have a business plan? Well, if not, they're obviously going to need one. So what they should consider is what it's going to take to put one together. If they have the time and capability to write one themselves, great. But even at that, they should also plan on spending at least a month in putting it together. If they do not have that kind of time or need some help with that part of it, and they want to get advisors to bring in and help in writing the business plan, they should plan on spending $5,000 on the low end, and for a really complex business plan with a lot of content and information, upwards of $30,000. Another cost to think about is that of advisors. Does the capital seeker know enough about the whole process and all the pitfalls involved in the money-raising process? If not, advisors may be money well spent. And depending on the type of advisor you get and the amount of time that you would use them, $7,500 to $10,000 is a good place to start. Then you have marketing expenses. Just think of all the color copies of the business plan, all the flying around to different presentations and meetings. Those costs easily get into the $10,000 to $15,000 range. Then there are legal and accounting costs to think about. These are probably the costs that you can't avoid unless the entrepreneur happens to be an attorney and the partner is a CPA. There are just some documents involved that are going to have legal review, and there are financial compilations involved that are going to have to be done by a CPA. I would think that a minimum amount to budget for professional fees like this would be $5,000. So how much all in? Well, it's hard to say. But if you wanted to start with a nice round figure, I would think that $30,000 would be a good place to start, and then take a real solid look at your business and add and subtract accordingly. If there's an entrepreneur or capital seeker that is having some problems or issues in quantifying these costs or may really want to get a feel what it's going to cost them individually, I would encourage them to contact us at the Capital MatchPoint, because at the end of the day, we're ultimately in the business of maximizing their chance of getting funded.